Morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's see. I woke up about 20 minutes ago. Took Bolo for a walk. He's right here. I don't know if he's hungry or what have you. He's being kind of funny. He went out for a walk and did his business. But he was not real energetic. He just sort of went and did. He urinated and went from there. How's your weekend? Having a good time? Had a good time betting the horses yesterday. Did pretty well with the Kentucky Derby, so that's good news. I had authentic winning and an exacta with Tis the Law. So there you go. And I did a futures bet uh, on they did Kentucky Derby futures bets. I made a bet in November that came through. So it's the winning sire. So there you go. So good morning. People are here. Uh, yeah, it's just say hi if you want to. Delicious coffee. Bolo's right here. Do you want to eat something, Bolo? He may be hungry. That may be why he's harassing me. So, yeah, so yesterday I got some stuff done, which was good, and some stuff done around here. I'll do more today and tomorrow. One of my coworkers has helped me out. A buddy's helped me out. I have a tree that's growing way too close to the foundation. So he's coming over this morning before church time to take a chainsaw to it. So cut it up, throw it in the dumpster. I don't have a dumpster. I have like one of those plastic pails. See what else is going on in the fish room. I've got to go pick up cucumber today and get that going on. Just a normal day. I'm gonna have eggs and toast. Eggs with I have some mozzarella cheese I'm gonna throw on it, and that'll be good. Um, I've been having a mushrooming of fry. I mean, I have more fry than I know what to do with, which is really a good problem to have. Right after I moved, I didn't have as much fry right off the bat. Don't ask me why. And it just didn't have as much fry. So, but now I am getting fry, which is good news all the way around. And it's interesting how it goes. You go and you keep track, you keep health. It's kind of weird. I had one guppy tank where I've had more fry than I know what to do with. Since I moved. I moved 6 months ago, and let's see, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, 6 months ago, and so I had one tank that had more fry than you know what to do with. Fry, and then the rest of my tank's not a lot of fry. Well, that's all changed. That is all changed. So looking forward to that very much. Growing that out, quality feeding, quality food. And so let's see here. What else is going on? I don't know. Today, I've got to do the water changes I didn't do yesterday that I was hoping to get done. Get that tree down. And I'm going to thaw out some frozen cyclops for my first feeding this morning here in a little bit. And I generally try to feed after sunrise. Normally, I'm home. I go to work at insanely early time, 3:45 in the morning. I get up at 3:45. I go to work at 5 a.m. and I generally do not feed before I go. Looper Loop, good morning. How are you? Great having you here. It's what time zone are you in? I love hearing from the people. We have Benny who occasionally goes in. He's going to bed as these things going out. Well, there you go. You're in the Midwest. All right, you're just like me. I'm in Joplin, Missouri. I'm in one of the bedroom communities of Joplin, Missouri. a bustling metropolis like you've never seen. And you're in Illinois. Okay, very good. My sister's in suburban Chicago. She doesn't live in the city, which is probably pretty good. Living in Chicago doesn't seem like a lot of fun right now. A lot of shootings. It's I've lived all over the country. I've lived coast to coast. I mean, literally coast to coast. I've lived uh, from San Francisco to New York City. I've lived in Alabama, South Carolina. It's Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Little Rock, Arkansas, and here. And this is it. I'm not moving. They're gonna have to really. Somebody's gonna have to really throw a lot of money at me to make me think about moving again. I'm done. So, well, no, Looper Loop. I keep tropical fish, and I have 14 aquariums set up. I have another about almost 20 aquariums ready to be set up. So I keep guppies, um, plecos, super red plecos, which is an algae eater, not an allergy eater. I have some cats, freshwater shrimp, and a critically endangered species called Amica splendens. So that's what I have in my fish room, and I have a lot of baby guppies. I have baby shrimp. I have baby plecos and baby Amica splendens. So there you go. I love fishing, by the way. I need to start going fishing. I'll tell you what. I have my dog here that I'm feeding by hand. He's at the age. He's very old. And if I leave other than what my normal schedule is, when I get home, he's crying. So I feel kind of guilty. He's going to be 13 years old tomorrow. We're going to do a special live stream. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Looper, please do. I always appreciate having new subs. Trying to get to that 1,000 mark. So the process is with him is that it's funny, as a puppy, he was very independent. Very independent. And as he's gotten older, he's become more dependent and more dependent. Hey, thank you very much, Looper Loop. He's become more and more dependent. And probably in the last year or so, he lost his hearing. He's become completely stone deaf. If I whistle, for whatever reason, he can hear that. So it's and I don't think it's selective hearing, because I can do his little tricks with him, and where you're doing commands, but I have food there, and he knows what's coming. He's smart. So so he but it was I mow the lawn, homeowner in the suburbs. And I'll go through the back door and the front door. Well, I was going through the front door, and he was facing the back door crying. I'm not kidding. So I go, "Hey, Bolo, puppy." Nothing. I walked back and forth, back and forth. I whistled, then he quickly turned around and saw me. So that's sort of the deal. I had a pretty good day betting well, do you know what? The dog is fine. It's 13 years old. He has lived the life of Riley. He's traveled to Canada. He's traveled to He's traveled to Mexico. He's been all over the place. He's traveled across the country with me. It's just man, coffee's good. And coffee is good. And so yeah, no, my dog is the one thing in life you can't control time marches on, and it's uh you know eh, unless you were have a medical issue or what have you, your dog, you will outlive your dog. Just it's a biological fact. The beauty of the dog thing is that he has lived a great life, and hopefully I have him for another couple of years. And if I have him for a couple more years, that would be fantastic. But again, the whole process is that is to go out and enjoy the wonders of keeping the dog, and so that's good. It there's just a couple of things you can do. It's whether it be yourself or a pet, or especially when you're dealing with a cat or a dog. The fish, it's very difficult. You can care for them really well, and their window. I lost two females this week of guppies who died giving birth, and they were not older females. It was like their first drop of fry. It's just sort of the deal. I wish I could change that. I wish there was a little bit difference, but they're they're healthy. They're fed perfectly. Bolo, he eats nothing but the best food, and he enjoys his life. I don't know. He's done really well. So you want to come up? All right. So here he is. It was a gift to my ex-wife, and when we split up, I got the debt in the dog, and it was a gift to my ex-wife from her sister, and he glommed onto me from moment one. It's it, it he's the deal is that anybody who says hi to him or looks at him, he wants to be petted by them. When he was a puppy, he'd go up to everybody and want to be petted. Now that he's older, he's going, yeah, I don't have time for people that are not interested in me. So go from there. If a dog likes him, he likes the dog. If a cat likes him, he likes the cat. If they ignore him, he ignores them. You don't like him? And part of the deafness is kind of funny is that if a dog started to bark at him when you're out for a walk, he used to reply, yeah, not so much. Not so much anymore. The dogs can go nuts. He's just going to do his business. He doesn't care. He's old. He doesn't care. Yeah, he's a little guy. It's he went for a real long walk. Normally he doesn't. With the warmer weather, he doesn't go for long walks because it's just going. Yeah, he doesn't want that. So he wants to get in the air conditioning, and do that. Yep, long life brings about changes. It's funny. I remember asking this question to my grandparents. My grandmother lived into her 90s. My grandfather lived to his late 80s. And they were like in their 80s, and I was at their home. They retired up to Willis. David Samsel, good morning. So my grandparents, I was up at their place. They lived in Willis, which is a beautiful part of Northern California. They built a home when they were in their 70s and then moved up there. So they went in, and I remember asking, I said, well, it must be amazingly wonderful to live such a long life. And my grandfather said something to me that I didn't understand because I was like 18 or 19. And you don't understand a lot of stuff at that age, no matter how smart you think you are. He said, he said, the worst part of reaching our age is that your friends die. Well, I didn't quite get that. It's aquarium cop. Good morning. Yeah. 4 here, 1 thumbs up. It's all good. And hold on a second here. Bolo decided to lay on the TV remote. Okay, hold on. Let me put the TV remote over here. Bolo decided to go sit on the remote, creating all sorts of problems. So, and I didn't think about it at the time. Well, when I was out of college and I was working at my first job, there was an older guy. He was, he was near retirement. He was kind of cranky. But if he liked you, this guy would do anything for you. Anything. So he went in and I worked helping him out and doing stuff at the office, beginning of my career. And he ended up he passed away, and I remember being crushed by it because he was a good guy. Well, over the last 2 years, I've had like 3 friends, I mean good friends, pass away. And because I've worked in so many different places, and I've done all sorts of stuff like that. A lot of people, and they become your good friends, and and one guy I talked to like on a Saturday, he and I were on the phone for like an hour and a half, and all of a sudden he had passed away like 2-3 days later. I mean, just awful. And so, okay, I found out what the garage door is. The power to the sensor got disconnected. I was moving some stuff around. It got disconnected. So I'm going to have somebody, I'm going to have to bring in the garage door repair guy because I don't do electric. Might as well have a pro do it. So, so I found out what the deal was. Thanks, David, for asking. Got me off death. So that's, that was the deal there. So, now you got a lift from your teacher once, they die the next day. Yeah, you just never know. The one thing I've noticed is this, is that if you have people in your life that you love, care for, or respect, let them know. Not for them, for you. Because it's, that is the one thing that we all need to do. All need to do and watch. Yeah, David, you're totally right. It was the sensor. It became unplugged from the, all of a sudden I looked over it real good and I saw 2 wires hanging out, and I'm going, uh-oh. And I'm just not screwing with that. I'll get a garage door repairman in. Probably not this week. It'll probably be next week. So I have like a week or so of opening and closing the door and locking the door myself, but that's okay. Thanks, Looper Loop. It's funny is that when I was like 18, 19 years old, and I think that this is something that is universal, I pretty much thought I frickin' knew it all. I thought I knew everything because you do a lot of reading and you do a lot of stuff because you're in college and high school and you're getting stuff into your head all the time. And not that as you get older you don't learn, you just don't learn the mass amount of stuff with as little knowledge as you have. So it's one of the problems I think uh, with our education system in the United States is that critical thinking, problem solving are really not taught. And when I became a manager in my career, at some point I had one of my employees ask me, he goes, "How'd you become a manager?" I said, "I am no smarter than you. None." I said, "What I'm good at is I'm good at being a problem solver. I solve problems without asking a lot of questions, without doing a lot of stuff. I just go in there, I figure things out, and I solve them. Does that make me smarter? No. But it's a skill set that I developed over time. Well, I had the ability to critically think. Yeah, David, that's the deal. Is you learn a lot from, uh, if you sit there and listen. Like I had a great uncle who fought in World War One. He lived from World War One until his untimely death at 87. He smoked 2 packs a day, and I uh, learned a lot from him. But you know what? I didn't ask him enough questions because I should have asked him more about what was it like being in World War One. What was it? He got gassed. He got mustard gassed by the Germans. I didn't ask him those questions, and I should have because I was young and dumb. But he would sort of tell things about his life, and it's really a good deal. Aquarium Cop, that's the way it should be. It's I got my first job in my business while I was still in school. And I was in a class where the teacher was teaching a physical aspect to what I do. Well, it took him forever to do what needed to be done. I did it in 2 seconds because I'd done it a lot. And educators, and I'm not talking down about teachers, okay? But I'm just telling you the truth, is that a majority of teachers have not worked in private life doing the skills that they go through. So if they don't have experience doing what they're teaching, like being an accounting teacher, my ex-wife was an accountant, and she worked for a thing where all of a sudden they hired a couple of young accountants to join the team. And she was teaching these people the simplest stuff. They had no idea. None. Mainly because they went in and they understood the terminology, but they didn't understand how to do it. And understanding how to do it is really, really important. Understanding what to do, when to do it, etc. Really important all the way around. So if you go out and you look at the wonders of of how things go, it goes from there. Hey, Color Guppies, how are you? Good morning. Guppy's the mob. That's right. Yeah, it's always better if they work in the actual field. It's like It's like the theater critic who has never written a play, has never directed a play, acted in a play, or a movie critic who's never done any work like that. They don't understand all the stuff that goes into it. Or an accounting professor who never was an accountant, or or whatever. So that's sort of the thing that we all should keep in mind. Bolo's here, by the way, to my right, and he's sleeping away, snoring. He's got four legs in the air like you just don't care. Yep. So today, other than doing the water changes I need to do, and I realize I've been in this house for 6 months. I'm still not done unpacking. It's not a hurry. It's I have the rest of my life to do it, but I need to go through a couple of things and get that done today. Yep. So Bolo's here. He's upside down. Very happy. I have to pick him up. Let's see, July, August, September. Yeah, I have to pick up allergy medicine for him. Yep, no lazy Sunday for me. It's by the way, for if anybody has a dog or a cat, um, for for fleas, do the Bravecto. It's one little chewable that lasts 3 months. And I wait longer than 3 months. I wait for him to start scratching. So sometimes it's like 6 months, and then I pick it up for him. Same price as Frontline for 1 month, and so I really like it. Yeah, Looper Loop. Nothing wrong with not doing anything productive. There, the idea of mentally decompressing and physically decompressing is a good thing. I don't have the Echo Dot, but I have the Amazon Echo. At my desk at work, there is, and I don't know who it belongs to. There is an Echo Dot at my desk, and one of the IT guy, it's under his thing, so I can't hook up my Amazon Music while I'm working. Yeah, I'll tell you what. My Amazon Echo thing is like the greatest thing in the world. It really is. I love it mainly because the music. My stereo got stolen. Um, as the ex-wife and I were splitting up, our stuff was sitting in storage in San Antonio. Neither of us lived there. I was living in one place, she was living in another. That's the divorce. And yeah, I'll tell you what, David Samsel, I like it a whole lot. I subscribe to Amazon Music with it. Um, it's but you can do different music services. And the coolest thing about it is that you can request, if you've heard about an artist, you don't know if you like them or not. You're thinking, well, maybe I'll download, maybe I'll get their music on my iPhone or through my iTunes account. But you don't know if you like them. Well, you could just go out and request the whole thing. I mean, really, really strong. I really, really like it. Because, I mean, you can request anything. And it's like $7 a month. Great $7 a month. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's I was reading an article where it was talking about some acts I had never heard of that were a part of the alternate country genre. So I got home and listened to all of them, and it was fun. fun listening to something different. I'm not a big nostalgia person. It's a lot of people get locked into the music they grew up on or in college or what have you. You work for Amazon, so you have echoes everywhere. There you go. Um, so while I enjoyed the music that I went to high school and college with and in my 20s, and I listened to it, I like listening to newer stuff. Um, is that I like the idea of going through. My big brother, he and his wife love like the schlock music of their childhoods, like the yacht music and stuff like that. I don't. I don't turn it off if all of a sudden, but it's not what I go to. I want to listen to stuff that's made now. And I'm not talking about like, you know, you know, hot hits, I don't know if I ever on purpose ever listened to a Lizzo song or to Ariana Grande, but I like listening to stuff. I like listening to those indie artists, stuff like that. I really enjoy it. Here's sort of a nostalgia. Well, he's not really a nostalgia artist because he's never really that popular. The guy I've listened to a lot of, especially in the morning, is Leonard Cohen. I didn't realize how much, I knew who he was, but I really didn't know his music other than the song that was in Shrek. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, which is fine, but I just sat there and started listening to him, and I'm just going, yeah, I like this a whole lot. Really enjoy it. Yeah, and I think that's one thing about, yeah. Well, the deal is when you're a kid, you listen to the music your friends are listening to, and and you identify through the music you like. It's not a criticism; it's just sort of what it is. And so that's sort of what we do. We listen to the music we love, etc. We can go weeks it feels without remembering to listen to music. The Mumbai music channel, I'll give that a shot. I'd like to give that. I'm generally don't am not a fan of a lot of the world music, except I like reggae. I like I love jazz, classical, punk rock, some heavy metal. I'm not a big fan of EDM, even though there are some pretty good EDM artists, and EDM albums that I do actually have. Mostly music here from YouTube ads. There you go. Yeah, music helps get through tasks. That's for sure. Not a question about it. Man, Bolo, I'll hold on. See if you. I don't think you'll be able to hear him snore. Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't hear that. You could hear the radio more than you could hear him snore. Yeah. It's all good. Well, gang, I got to wrap it up. I got to eat something and begin my day of getting junk done. Thank you guys for stopping by and seeing me, Looper Loop. Nice meeting you, and great having you all here. I hope you have a great day. And who knows? I mean, tomorrow, by the way, live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Pacific, or is that 5 p.m.? I don't know. It's all I can tell you is that Bolo's birthday tomorrow. Bolo's birthday tomorrow, so we'll have that. All right, talk to you later.